13 is on your side.
Talk of reforming Michigan's no-fault auto law is picking up as the end of the state's legislative session approaches.
Raising awareness for those with catastrophic injuries who lost coverage during the 2019 update. Michigan's no-fault insurance law began in 1973, making it so anyone involved in a crash would have to file claims with their own insurance providers, regardless of who caused the crash. The law was amended in 1978, providing unlimited medical coverage for people severely injured in a crash. The 2019 changes removed the unlimited medical care and cut in-home medical worker pay by 45%.
Now, critics of the change say this means crash victims no longer receive adequate in-home care for severe or permanent injuries. But supporters of the reform say the fee schedule reins in overcharging from medical providers and keeps auto insurance rates low.
One couple injured in a crash this year say they are not saving any money. 13
Your Side's Lauren Baker tells us their story and why lawmakers say changes could be on the way. Lauren.
Well, Juliette and Elena, Carrie Ann Sepula and Jeremy Blotchers told me today that the process of getting the help they need is stressful and that nobody should have to go through this while recovering from an accident. It's a love story that's been years in the making.
He makes me laugh all the time.
Carrie Ann Sepula and Jeremy Blotcher worked together more than 15 years ago and went their separate ways. But a year ago, while on the dance floor,
wonderful.
Yes, wonderful, but
exceptional, amazing,
positive and upbeat.
These two locked eyes, sparked up a conversation, and started a new chapter together. But what they didn't know is that new chapter
I wouldn't want to be going through this with anybody else.
Would test their ability to go through trials together. In October, while riding on a motorcycle celebrating their 1-year anniversary, the two were injured in a crash near Sparta. Both were hospitalized, Carrie Ann losing part of her leg, Jeremy also wheelchair bound.
There are days when I pray to God, and there are days when I weep, and there are days when I scream.
But they say the physical recovery hasn't been the most frustrating part. It's been working with insurance companies. They say because of the 2019 changes to no-fault insurance, their insurance and the other driver's insurance haven't covered the care or housing they need.
I feel like I've kind of exhausted all of the resources.
Their nurse case manager, Ashley White, and Brian Harrison with AdvisaCare say medical agencies have also struggled to help them and other clients because of the cuts made from the law change.
It's not that we don't want to do the work. It's not that we can't work to find the people. It's that truly we don't have the overhead or the pockets to sustain it, unfortunately.
Both say changes need to be made at the state level, and that could happen. State Representative Julie Rogers, along with State Senator Sarah Anthony and Mary Kavanaugh, have introduced bills in their respective houses that can make changes to no-fault insurance.
The three bills together, again, it would revise the fee schedule, and then it would change how that utilization review process is done so that it's more an individualized case by case rather than a carte blanche 20 visit cap.
Rogers says the bills have bipartisan support and could pass in the lame duck session before the year ends. And if it does, it could help people like Blotcher and Sepula get the help they need.
Well, we're hoping that eventually there's light at the end of the tunnel. We're hoping eventually our life can continue together.
And Representative Rogers says if you have a similar story or just want to advocate for change, you should reach out to your local lawmakers. One call can make a difference in what the future of this law looks like. In the newsroom, Lauren Baker, 13 on your side.